Hi there, this is some bonus content for week one of the It's Personal series. This is a part of the middle school ministry for Mount Pleasant Christian Church for students of grades 5, 6, 7, and 8. My name is Mike Sheely. I'm the middle school pastor here, and I'll be sharing with you just a few little tips to go along with our lesson this past week. We start off a new series about Jesus and a man named Zacchaeus, talking about how personal relationships matter, both our personal relationship with Jesus and our personal relationship with other people. And we said it's personal because Jesus knows your name. Jesus knew Zacchaeus' name, and that's just the beginning of how that story changed for Zacchaeus and those around him. And so we left everybody with two challenges this week. The first one was to take one step towards knowing more about Jesus, to get to know Jesus better a little bit this week. And we want to give you some resources to kind of help you with that. First off, if you haven't already joined us, we're doing a 5-week reading plan that goes along with this series called It's Personal. You can find it in the Bible app, or if you don't use the Bible app, you can grab a printed copy of this at the Student Ministry Center. But we also want to give you a little bit more. There are 4 different reading plans that just simply are checklists to walk you through reading the 4 biographies of Jesus: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. There's also one that we really like, although it takes more time. Each of those is about a week or 2 to get through. But there's one called Gospels by Bible Project, and it includes videos that give you an overview of the whole book. It's animation as if it was done on a whiteboard. There's some other videos that help you understand the book a little bit more in depth. That one takes 3 months to go through. So that one you would take November, December, and January to get through. The others you could be done with by the end of the month. And so if you want to check those out, links to all of those, including the It's Personal reading series, are in the video description here below. You can check those out. You can do it on your own, or you can grab a few friends and read it together, maybe even with your small group. It can help you develop the idea of getting to know Jesus better. The second challenge we said was because of what Jesus did for you, you can do the same for others. And this week, that was very, very simple. Very first level was Zacchaeus. Jesus knew Zacchaeus' name. So I'm going to give you 6 tips for learning someone's name. I've actually been reading a book that goes along with this series, and it's called, no big surprise, It's Personal. And in this book, it has 6 tips for learning people's names. And I thought I would share that with you guys. So here we go. Number 1, say it out loud and often. When you talk to somebody, learn their name the very first time, say their name back to them. Don't be annoying and just repeat their name over and over again. But as you're talking to them, use their name. That will help you to remember it. The second thing is pronounce it correctly. And if you're not sure or need help, ask that person. They've been saying their name their whole life. You are trying to learn it, and it's very important that you pronounce it correctly. I shared this weekend about being in 2nd grade and having a substitute call me Michelle. That's not cool. That's not my name. So make sure that you learn how to pronounce somebody's name correctly. The third thing is discover the story. What's the story behind that person's name? Were they named after a relative, a celebrity? Is the meaning of the word of their name significant? Find out what the story is behind that person's name. Fourth thing, write it down. You want to write it down 2 different ways. You want to write it down how it's spelled. You know, some Stacy's are EY, some are Y, some are IE. You want to learn how it's spelled, but you also want to write it down how it sounds. So make sure you write and make a little note of that, how to pronounce that person's name and how to spell that person's name. Because people that pronounce their name the same way can spell it different ways, and names that are spelled the same way can be pronounced different ways depending on what family they're from. So get both of those written down to help you out. And then go along with that, connect with the name visually. Maybe you just take a picture on your phone and you go on your phone and edit the photo where you write the person's name on top of the picture so that you see the picture, you see the name, and it helps you remember it. Maybe you use an app like you do for school, like Quizlet or Kahoot, and you set up where it's kind of a flashcard where you have their photo and you have their name and you quiz yourself to learn that person's name. Obviously, if you just have one person, that shouldn't be too hard, but if you're meeting a whole new group of friends or you're meeting some new people, you can put multiple people in there to help you learn that. And then 6th tip is pray for him or her by name. If you're wanting to get to know someone personally, one of the best things you can do for them is to go to God in prayer and pray for that person by name. So, 6 quick tips to learn somebody's name. Say it out loud, say it often, pronounce it correctly, discover the story behind it, write it down, how it's spelled and how it sounds, connect with the name visually, and pray for that person by name. It's all about having a personal relationship. This is why we gave you tips for getting to know Jesus better and tips to learn somebody's name. We've got 4 more weeks in this series, so there's more for us to learn about being personal. If you want to join us, we hope you'll see us in person at the Student Ministry Center Saturdays at 6 p.m. or Sundays at 9:15 a.m. Or, and this week I'll remember, if you are joining us virtually, we will have the teaching video and some other elements that will go live at 10:15 a.m. on our YouTube channel right here. If you want to connect with us, share some prayer concerns, or help us get to know you more personally, there's a link to our little connection form in the video description. We'd love to chat with you and get to know you better as well. Thanks a lot.